In life, sometimes we get ghosted, whether that happens in a toxic relationship, a marriage, or even in our work. As some undeserving employee could get a promotion for absolutely no reason. He would be the least talented one in the office, and he wouldn't have cared much about the promotion, but I'm sitting here, busting myself to the limits only for Mike to take my opportunity. But I don't want to lose focus on the main topic. As for the next video, the word ghosted is interpreted perfectly. You see, imagine it's a normal day at work and you happen to be the night guard. But don't worry, you work with a whole team of security guards, so no matter what kind of situation you find yourself stuck in, there will always be support. And one night, you see a woman who is not supposed to be in the area or the building, so you start chasing after her, and just when you think you got her, you realize you didn't. Now this could have happened to you before, not in work particularly, but maybe with some girl in general. And that's the story of the next video, which was posted by David Rodriguez. The video shows a couple of security guards discussing footage caught by the security camera, or maybe they were in the middle of the action. Regardless, they were confused as to the woman they were chasing. She just happened to be a ghost. She was right in front of them, but they were passing right through her.
¿Están atrás de ella?
Adelante.
Perdón, adelante de ella está.
Y también 3 pasos detrás.
Hay una 433.
A ver.
Adelante.
A ver, ¿dónde?
Adelante. Caminen hacia atrás 3 pasos.
Que lo abraza.
Exactamente está a su espalda y ustedes. Ahí me...
¿Le viste?
Exactamente ahí donde está haciendo su movimiento, ahí está. Dime. Adelante, lo escucho.
Ya le abrí aquí la malla al 37, lo dejo que pase hasta del otro lado, lo acompaño al portón y lo dejo que vaya, ¿o qué hago?
No hay nada.
Hasta ahí está don Enrique y Cristian.
Están atrás de ti, Enrique.
Ahí.
Ya la abrazaste.
Dile que alumbra el piso.
Alumbra el piso, Enrique. No hay nadie. Ay, cuidado, Cristian, va junto a ti. A ver, espérame, tómale una foto.
The fact that one of them was shadowboxing her to make sure she wasn't human is just laughable and scary at the same time. The man was fighting his demons. To me, the scariest place on Earth, or one of the scariest places on Earth, is the bathroom. I know I have said it was my favorite place once before, but that doesn't erase the fact that these places can also be the most terrifying. Not because it's one of the favorite spots for demons, but if you had a small bathroom, a tied one, with a squat toilet in it instead of the normal seat toilet, and the shower was right beside it, without any doors or extra layer of concrete dividing them, I think that might give me goosebumps. And that's the current state in the farmhouse in the next video. A haunted farmhouse whose owner hired someone to help him with the garden after he got ill. Not to forget that he had the hobby of keeping birds, particularly pigeons, but that has nothing to do with its haunting. Unfortunately, there is no context provided regarding why the place is haunted, but we can assume nothing. Yeah, I wasn't really going to assume any possible reasons. If anything, if that's how you would have to shower in this farmhouse, then I wouldn't be so surprised if the place becomes haunted. And since it is indeed, let's discuss the investigation conducted by the two. As they began lingering around, the noise started. It wasn't so clear at first of what was exactly causing it, but it was definitely some objects beginning to move. The night just got scarier when they were finally able to witness one of the objects move on its own right in front of them. As the small little chair was dragged, they had to take a deep breath. The night went deeper into the paranormal as more and more stuff began moving on their own, like the garden fork, for example, which was thrown around multiple times, or the bucket of seeds that was pushed to the ground. Some objects were found in different areas without any signs of being touched, but the investigators felt the tension of the place when they were feeling like some evil presence was around them, trying to prevent them from staying or entering any room because the ghost was closing doors on them. It got to the point where it even attacked one of them, and since the two didn't receive the message as they should, the ghost had to scream in the end.
Akbar. खुरम ये जग की आवाज़ सी।
हाँ जी, यही जग में से हुआ था।
अल्लाह अकबर।
ये देखें,
ये ये अल्लाह अकबर।
शहद, ये देखें, साथ ही
खुरम ये दूसरी दफ़ा हुआ है कि मैं कमरे में एंटर हुआ ही हूँ, पीछे से आवाज़ आनी शुरू हो जाती है। अल्लाह अकबर।
शाहिद,
खुरम ये तो उसके ऊपर पड़ा हुआ था।
मुझे धक्का पड़ा यार।
अल्लाह अकबर। खुरम ये की आवाज़।
ये देखें,
ये अंदर दिखा देंगे। ये मेरे ख्याल से इधर पड़ी हुई। या कोई भी दरवाज़ा बंद हो गया
दोबारा
हाँ
बड़ी जोरदार आवाज़ है।
एक चेयर इधर ही पड़ी हुई थी।
नहीं यार, ये कुर्सी बीच में तो नहीं थी यार। मेरे ख्याल में अगर हमारे पास एक कैमरा और होता ना शायद, तो हम इधर क्या हुआ ये
ये देखिए मोर।
अल्लाह अकबर। शाहिद ये देख लें ऐसे साइड थे।
हाँ जी।
अभी हम उस जगह पे जाने लगे हैं, तो आप देख लें पीछे से ये एक्टिविटी हो गई हुई। यार ये बकायदा शायद मुझे आकर लगी बड़ी ज़ोर से। मैं आपको बार बार बता रहा हूँ कि यही फील आ रही है कि हमें जैसे बाहर इस जगह से जाने से रोका ही जा रहा है हमें। ये देख लो यार, यार शाहिद
ना हम पे अटैक किया गया।
आप ये देखें कि इधर से ये हमारी तरफ आया है और
खाना खाता कर लग जाता हमें।
इसी जगह से आवाज़ आ रही है इसकी।
ये एकदम से बात बंद हो गई। ये
यार शायद बड़ी भयानक किस्म की आवाज़ थी यार। मैं आपको बता, और ये आवाज़ किसकी थी? फीमेल की थी कि नहीं?
चीखने की आवाज़ थी।
शाहिद ये कुर्सी
मैंने आपको पहले बोला कि आप साइड पे हो जाइए।
मुझे लगा आ गया यार। क्या चीज़, क्या गिरा है?
The ghost most likely had enough of them. He was like, if you weren't going to leave gently or physically, I might just scream loud. That will most definitely make things clear. "12 years ago, a group of friends lost their way of communication due to some intense circumstances of the country where they lived, and throughout these years, pain was a most, and the journey was difficult. And so I got lost in the lines. I was telling the wrong story 12 years ago, and this time it's a different group of friends who decided to visit the tunnels. That sounds like a great place to visit, but where is it located? I meant that they went to some tunnels. It's unclear why they went there, as there is no context provided by them. And as I mentioned before, they uploaded the video 12 years ago and never to be heard from ever since. Based on their shadows that appeared in the video, they are 4 brave dudes. I don't think I spotted any physical geometry that belongs to a female, and it seems like their journey was only to prove a point to some people, as they write in the description of the video, Lynn and Hesk. This is the video for those who will not believe. Or maybe these 2 names belong to the protagonists of the investigation. Regardless of the purpose of this experiment, it didn't end as well as they wished to. They went straight up to it, got inside, and began searching their way in, trying to find Master Splinter. May he make some skilled ninjas out of them, just like he did with the turtles. Unfortunately for them, they couldn't find a trace of him, or even a trace of any rat to begin with, and in moments of silence, before their eyes could process it, the most terrifying occurrence happened. Did Shredder appear all of a sudden? No, a scary-looking figure began haunting them, and he was fast too, so they had to evacuate.
Putain, mais il a pas peur.
Pourquoi il est resté ici? C'est quoi? Attends, viens.
Look, I'm not so sure if these people sat it all up or not, and I don't want to make too many assumptions, especially that the last time I made a little joke about a 9-year-old video whose owner had disappeared. He got pissed and came back from the darkness, but the way the figure was moving in the video seemed as if it had been living in tunnels for ages. I can't blame any house owner if you could find any new ones nowadays, if they decide to leave their beloved houses once they discover that it's haunted. Heck, I was sitting alone by myself yesterday, and just because my brother had encountered a jinn apparition on the bed in the house, I was so baffled that I had to sit in one room with full lights on and the door closed without forgetting about the TV, as I kept it on to distract me from the terrifying thoughts and silence. The owner of the next house had to flee his property as he couldn't handle it being well haunted. So here comes Colton and his partner seeking some ghost communication using the SLS camera, which is supposed to detect any figures if present, and the EMF teddy bear. Yes, you heard that right. They are using a teddy bear with an EMF detector attached to it to communicate with the ghost, which is supposed to light up in response to anything it was programmed to react to, which in this case is the paranormal. From the get-go, these two spotted multiple figures on the SLS camera, one of which had horns, which indicates they are dealing with a demonic type of ghost. That was a bad sign, but it was just the beginning. As of later, they used the teddy bear, who was supposed to be just like an EMF detector, but that mother lover became an unwelcome part of the eerie atmosphere as he began responding randomly, without even beginning used at some point, and he was feeling cold too. There was a part where he said something and the door that was wide open somehow closed. But the most unnerving part about this investigation was the footprints. On the upper floor, Colton encountered some wet footprints that came from the bathroom, which later disappeared. That only indicates one thing in my book: the ghost isn't as dirty. He is just creepy.
Look, right there. Look.
What's a trip?
Oh, it looks like the hands were tied. Did you see that? Look. Doesn't it look like hands behind his back? Look. You see
If
that?
that's you, can you move towards us or towards the center of the room? Looks like it's trying to.
Yeah. We're gonna come in now. It's like an EMF detector, and it has built-in phrases. So
Yeah.
it has like over 1,000 phrases, I think. What?
Dude, that's literally instant heart attack. Here, take this. Leave it right there.
I got a reflection. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I got like it's not me in there. It's like, there's me on the right. I'm getting two figures in there.
What the f was that?
Oh, I thought that was you.
No.
Did you make it cold in here?
What did you say?
Did you make it cold in here? My home.
Is there more than one entity in this house?
Underneath.
Are you making it colder?
Visit you.
Wet footprints coming from the bathroom by the kitchen towards the basement where I was.
Right down to where I was at. This is
Hey, yo, Cole. Hey, dude, Cole. There's stuff going on down there.
We saw a lot of figures on the SLS earlier.
You heard that, right?
We saw a lot of figures on the SLS earlier.
It didn't sound like this.
No, it was like...
Huh.
That was like a single bell.
It's a single,
It wasn't
like,
the
yeah.
door.
Was that you that just rang the bell? Okay. So we have something we'd like to communicate.
Never in my life seen a ghost taking a shower. And what is that footprint? Was the ghost 6 feet 3? These are some large feet. Regardless, after seeing this footage, and the fact there was a bat in the house that you can see in the full version of this investigation, indicate that the owner has left the house for quite some time at this point. A man and his dog who does camping videos on a regular basis, and for some reason these videos always go wrong. They decided, or perhaps I should say he decided, since the dog can't have an opinion in these cases, if there are any cases in reality that the dog can have his opinion listened to and respected, they headed to camp in the forest, and the night just went extremely wrong for both of them. They both had one of their scariest nights, as described by the camper. But what happened? Well, as he was sitting himself in a comfy area to sleep in and get a cozy night around the campfire, after filling himself with a good meal, he began feeling an eerie presence around him. He couldn't tell what could have been lurking at them from the shadows or who could have possibly chased after them, but he tried to stay calm nonetheless, until these sounds became more apparent. One of these sounds sounded like the guy who made the infamous sound with his mouth when saying nice. You know who I'm talking about. It could be his ghost. In all seriousness, these sounds were like someone hitting woods. Someone walking around them, making thuds. Whatever it wasn't a safe atmosphere, and creepy nonetheless. At some point, the dog left the owner, and he didn't show up until his owner's heart began pounding. The dog was so confused and scared that he was acting like a cat. He was cleaning his paw like a kitty.
Creepy outdoors here. By myself camping, as usual. And I'm a little shook up right now because I heard some strange sounds. Stay here, Mika. Stay here. It sounded like some sort of growling. I'm not sure. I wasn't recording. I was just enjoying my night and. Hello? Shh. It's okay. I'm just talking to my dog right now. What the? Mika, stay here. Stay. Come, stay. Stay here, good boy. Good boy, stay, sit down. What the? Calm down. There's been a lot of dead trees around. Maybe it's... Mika! I have no idea what the hell this is. I'm hoping it's like a bear or something just walking by, but there's these banging sounds on both ends. I'm not... Stay. Is anybody out there? Okay, well, out of all my camping trip, I've never been this freaked out. Come back. What are you doing? This is not like him. What are you doing? Are you all right? What's going on, bud?
Either this man heads to these areas to camp on purpose for the sake of content creation, or he just happens to be so unlucky that he always ends up in a creepy situation, to the point where his normal camping journeys turn into nightmarish documentaries that he had to change his channel name from An Ordinary Camper to Creepy Outdoors. It just so happened that I forgot to tell you should subscribe and watch the next video on screen.